Gucci, see me loopy. I can let a nigga shoot me, I'm in a two-seat. And before I speak about it, rather grab it loosely. Dirty crib, better dip if I'm in a hoopty.
What's good, YouTube, man? It's y'all Boiler 7th, and today, episode 170 just dropped for the Boruto anime. And wow, it was overall a great episode. And to top it off, we see Kakashi revealing the opponent for Boruto. But before we get to the video, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to that big 25,000 subscribers. So let's make it happen. So getting into the first part of the episode, we see Shikidai pulling up on Boruto. And he's saying that you trying to defeat Deepa is out of the question. He's an inner car member for a reason. So what will you do that's different from what you did in the first match? And then he also says, as your friend, I'll stop you even if it means I have to beat you up. So Shikidai is showing that friendship bond towards Boruto, that I'd rather beat you up to keep you safe instead of you trying to defeat Deepa and possibly getting killed. Then Boruto follows up by saying it isn't about Deepa. This fight made him realize that he's too inexperienced and he lacks power. So Boruto made a promise to himself that until he surpasses Deepa, he won't be able to progress. But in my opinion, I think that Boruto surpassing Deepa is a bad idea, because this will only show that this 13-year-old boy is stronger than a car member. So just keep it where this organization is feared by joining ranks. So don't let this gaining rank somehow defeat Deepa, an inner car member. So this goes back to my theory saying Ishiki would order another car member to kill Deepa. So I think that it'll be better if they do more damage on Deepa, but they still lose the fight. So after Boruto explains the true reason on why he wants to become stronger, Shikidai decides to help Boruto in his training. So now getting into Sarada's training, Sasuke is now summoning kunais instead of the marbles as Sarada, so she can use a Sharingan and dodge them. So this is definitely the next step in her Sharingan training, going from marbles, which are like the baby steps, to possibly getting killed in his training. So after the kunai training, Sarada is saying that soon I'll be able to obtain the Mangekyo Sharingan. And this definitely caught Sasuke by surprise, because he knows what it takes to obtain the Mangekyo Sharingan, which is having somebody close to you dying. So in Sarada's case, that'll be Sakura, Sasuke, basically just anybody that's close to Sarada. So then Sakura comes in, and she can tell that Sarada is training very well. And she can also tell that she's putting too much damage on her body. And of course, as a mother, they don't want anything to happen to their child. So Sarada is upset, and she's explaining to Sakura that she has no time to waste for another villain to possibly come that's much stronger than Deepa. And I definitely agree, because Deepa is like baby food compared to everybody else in the car organization, such as Delta, Boro, Cold, that we still haven't seen yet, but he seems powerful and they're trying to save him for somewhat last. And then on top of that, we have Ishiki, a god. So Sarada has to start now and get her training in before these villains pull up to the shinobi world and declares war. Because we already know what the leader of the organization did to the two most powerful shinobi in the world. So now getting back to Boruto's training, Shikidai decides to bring in Chocho and Inojin to help out in Boruto's training. So the first step, Shikidai is saying to forget about the one-style Rasengan and just focus on the single spot. But Shikidai still doesn't know what to do in the single spot Rasengan training. So Chocho says, how about we just try everything? And first, Boruto starts off by doing a vanishing Rasengan through multiple boxes. And the next training is Shadow Clone Vanishing Rasengan. So I think it was like a total of 3 to 4 Shadow Clones, and then they do the Vanishing Rasengan at these flying wooden panels. So after the Rasengan training, Chocho and Inojin goes home, and it's now Shikidai and Boruto. So fast forwarding through the talk, Shikidai is saying the composition of coal and diamonds are the same, yet their durability is totally different. By applying heat and pressure to the carbon, and coal results in diamonds that are super hard. Then Boruto keeps on looking at the fire as if it's giving him some sort of hint, and then he says, there's something I want to try out. So it seems like he's going to do some sort of fire Rasengan from looking at the fire constantly, while Shikidai was talking about the molecules and the durability of diamond and coal. So Boruto has finally learned his new Rasengan, and when Ino and Shikaicho went to the training camp, they seen that the boulder has been destroyed by Boruto. So in this training arc, we've seen Boruto learn this one-style Rasengan, and now a new possible fire release Rasengan. Then the episode ends off with Boruto going to Kakashi and trying to show off his new Rasengan. Then Kakashi says, how about you show me in a 1v1 practice match against another shinobi? And that very ninja is Shojoji, the leader of the Mujina Bandits. And that will be the end of the video. If y'all enjoyed this episode, comment down below, and also smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to that big 25,000 subscribers.